House to consider on the need for this House to intervene in the Edo State House of Assembly crisis. And I would also like to seek the leave of the House to suspend the relevant sections to take it today so I can read this motion, because it is very, very germane to the survival of democracy in Edo State and possibly the rest of Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. I believe your second leg of your motion was to suspend the rules to allow us to take this now. Any seconder to that leg of the motion? Honorable Dow. Those who support that we suspend our rules, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prof.
It's on the urgent need for intervention in the Edo State House of Assembly crisis. Notes with concern the improper, clandestine, and nocturnal inauguration of the 7th Edo State House of Assembly on the 17th of June 2019, wherein 9 out of 24 members-elect were purportedly sworn in without the knowledge of the other 15 members-elect. Aware that the tenure of the Edo State 6th House of Assembly expired on the 7th of June 2019. Further notes that proclamations are issued pursuant to the provisions of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, Section 105, subsection 3, which directs the governor of a state to issue...
Honourable members, silence, please, silence.
To issue a proclamation for the first session of the House of Assembly of a state, worried that on the 17th of June 2019, 10 days after the expiration of the state assembly, 19 of the 24 members-elect called a press conference to urge the Edo State governor to issue a proclamation to facilitate the inauguration of the House of Assembly and commencement of legislative business in order to avoid a constitutional crisis, concerned that on the same day, 17th of June 2019, the governor and his deputy, after abducting 4 members-elect against their wish, caused the clerk of the House to secretly swear in 9 members-elect out of the 24 at 9:30 p.m., well outside the normal time recognized by the rules of the House for the conduct of legislative business. Alarmed that the so-called nocturnal inauguration, some of the members that were forcefully sworn in were improperly dressed, with some of them in casual wear such as shorts, which in local parlance can be regarded as short knicker, jean pants, T-shirts, and slippers, which are not allowable parliamentary dress codes. Further concerned that on the 18th of June 2019, the 15 members-elect who were not informed of the nocturnal inauguration and 2 of those who were forcefully sworn in addressed a press conference to condemn the charade that took place at the Edo State House of Assembly the previous night and to demand for a proper inauguration. However, to their chagrin, they were attacked by hired thugs and the state security outfit codenamed Wabazigan, and backed by men of the Nigeria Police Force led by the Chief Security Officer to the governor, DSP Chris D. Wokolo, aware that consequent upon the threat to their lives and injuries sustained from the attack, majority of the members-elect of the Edo State House of Assembly have since fled the state for their own safety. Further aware and worried that against the background of the illegality and the growing insecurity challenges in the state, no normal legislative business can take place unless the proper procedure for inaugurating the legislature is done, as envisaged and guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and security provided. Resolved that the National Assembly, the House, in line with the provisions of Section 11(4) of the Constitution, take over the affairs of Edo State House of Assembly and ensure the proper inauguration of the House with the Inspector General of Police and the Director General, State Security Services, providing the necessary security for the 24 members elect to be sworn in as expected and required by law. Mr. Speaker, so move.
In Lagos State, I have a stand to support the motion made by our colleague from Edo State on the matter.
I thank you all for this opportunity to take this motion. In classical political theory, John Hobbes talked about the state of nature, where life is nasty, brutish, and short, where there is no rule of law, no law and order, and people can just do what they like. There was no authority. But he was contradicted by another political theorist called John Locke, who argued that the state of nature is really peaceful, harmonious, because citizens meet and surrender their rights to the authority, which today we call government. And if we all abide by those rules and regulations, people can transact their businesses peacefully. The situation in Edo State, Mr. Speaker, is most embarrassing today. As a Democrat, I know people fought for this democracy we're enjoying today. Some lived in exile. People lost their lives. With all sense of humility, Mr. Speaker, I say I was one of those who spent over a decade in self-exile because we were fighting for democracy at great cost. So it hurts personally. And as a legislator in the federal parliament, I feel personally challenged that this democracy that we've been nurturing, we see tendencies to undermine it, to suffocate democratic spaces, to corrupt and contaminate democratic institutions. This House must not allow such a travesty. In your inaugural address, Mr. Speaker, you stated clearly that we who are elected by the people, we hold power or office in trust for the people. People queued up in the sun. They campaigned without food to vote for people. Honorable colleagues, I want you all to place yourselves in the positions of these young men who campaigned, were elected, and today they are not able to represent their people. You have force and violence being used on them. People deliberately and wantonly just decide to override the Constitution of the country, disregard the standing orders of the House of Assembly because of interests that are extraneous to the House of Assembly. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the 15 members and more that I'm talking about are right here in the gallery. If you allow me, I will ask them to stand up so you see them, that it is not a phantom claim. They had to flee from Edo State to come into Abuja because of manipulation, intimidation, harassment, and attempt to use money to compromise the integrity and dignity of people that have been so elected democratically by their own people. What we ask this House to do, it has nothing to do whatsoever with any individual. It has nothing to do with people's political ambitions. It has everything to do about the National Assembly, the House of Representatives, showing responsibility, interest in the fortunes and situation in a sister House of Assembly at the state level. What we want this House to look at is the fact that if we do not take action, if we do not send the right signals today and beyond, this tendency will continue. Last Thursday, we heard about Bauchi State. Today, it is Edo State. Which state will it be next? People are elected, the rules are clear, but you violate them wantonly. So we are simply praying, sir, Mr. Speaker, that this House should do everything, muster all in its power, to help us bring peace to Edo State, have the House of Assembly inaugurated so that they can perform their legislative duties, so that those who have been disenfranchised and prevented from enjoying the benefits of representation in Edo State will begin to see the good in voting for people democratically. Finally, Mr. Speaker, if we did not contain this tendency, very soon we'll begin to ask what is happening in Edo, what happened in Edo, when it degenerates into violence, into assassinations, into murders. These are all possibilities in any political arrangement. So my final statement on that again is please understand our plight. Our young men are here. They are suffering. They are spending the little money remaining from their campaigns, which they don't have. And our people don't have representation at all. I think we cannot continue to tolerate this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity.
The investigative committee or the ad hoc committee for investigation will have the mandate to also look at the possibility of reconciliation.